The theme for this year's International Women's Day is Gender Equality Today for a More Sustainable Tomorrow. For nearly 100 years now, Australians have been setting aside this day to build support for women's rights and their equal status in all spheres of life. Today, we ask leading female Macquarie academics why women are so vital to saving our planet.
Our world is in really pretty bad shape. We have destroyed many of the ecosystems already on which we should be relying, and our biodiversity is in absolute crisis.
So I would like to see a sustainable future that rewards and respects care work, and that to me would be making that sustainable into the future.
Instead of our world being oriented around use and consumption and extraction of resources, we have a world where the ethics of care, regeneration and repair are central.
A planet where humans and the rest of the ecosystem works beautifully together to maintain the well-being of everyone who's part of this planet.
It needs to be one where inequity is addressed alongside issues of sustainability, because that's the right thing to do.
I think the time for little actions is over. We need to be part of more collective efforts.
Think about how you vote and think about who do we want representing us. Do we want people who look at climate change and look at floods and look at COVID and say, oh, we never expected this to happen? Or do we want people who take responsibility in governance?
There is a lot that we can do in our own homes, but collectively we can achieve much more.
Being part of organisations that are trying to build the future you want to see is a really important way that we can all create a more sustainable future.
We needed to get sustainable 20 years ago. We've kind of missed that mark, but better late than never.
We're already aware, thus we have a responsibility to act and change things to reduce the harm that we know is coming.
All these reports are saying the same thing. We need to act now because the window of opportunity remains.
We are heading for the 6th mass extinction event. And once a species is lost, it's lost forever. So the time is absolutely now, because right now we are still having a devastating impact on our natural environment.
Women are very much at the forefront of a lot of sustainability movements around the world.
We are seeing perhaps the birth of a new kind of wave of politically engaged women. The independence movement that is emerging in a lot of electorates around the country is almost entirely being driven by women.
What women do feel more connected to Mother Earth, and we have this tendency to nourish rather than to own and take.
We can draw a very clear connection between the very first International Women's Day, young women, women marching for political rights and better treatment in the workforce, and the treatment of young women today, or women generally in the workforce today.
It's not about fighting men or fighting the system and changing it, but so much as it is around making sure that everyone around this world has voice and agency.
International Women's Day is a really important symbol of what we need to think about going forward. One day a year, we stop and reflect on how far we've come and how far we've got to go.